So it's the next day. We kind of left Blackdown National Park a little bit late yesterday. We timed it quite poorly. We set off just before lunchtime and we didn't get back to the car till about 4 o'clock. So we were very hungry, quite thirsty, and yeah, so just didn't time it very well. So yeah, we got in late last night, about 5:30, set up, had some dinner and went to bed. Had a pretty early night. We were scuppered from the day's activities, and yeah, we're about to head towards Emerald today, and then on towards Carnarvon Gorge from there. So yeah, hopefully, well, won't be too much videoing on the way, I don't think, but if we get to Carnarvon Gorge today, then yeah, we might be able to show you around. So we've done about 100 k's from the campsite from this morning. Stopped at Emerald Township just for some fuel, bit of water, topped up one of our water tanks, and then yeah, got back on the road, and we're about 60 k's from there, just outside of a place called Springshaw. Yeah, saw these rock formations from quite a way away, and obviously got closer and closer and closer to them, and they're quite crazy, really. They just sort of pop up out of the ground out of nowhere, and we're sort of surrounded by them. I think they're called the Minerva Hills, and the rock that we're looking at is called Virgin Rock. So yeah, got out, flew the drone around, but whilst we were on the road down, what did we discover?
You can't camp at Carnarvon Gorge this time of year anyway. It's only open in the school holidays and Easter, which is a real bugger, really.
Yeah, it's a bit bizarre. It's not really on the main highway, so to speak. You sort of have to, as a tourist, you have to kind of be going there. We've made a special trip to come here, but yeah, I mean, look, that's up to them. I'm sure they've got a reason for it, but it just seems a little bit strange that, you know, you wouldn't allow people to camp at a national park that's so far from anywhere.
And so popular too.
And quite popular, yeah.
It's heavily advertised in all the brochures that you get and stuff, and we've been recommended Carnarvon Gorge a few times now. But yeah, we're going to still go have a look. There's a free camp on Wiki Camps. I think it's just an old gravel pit about 45 minutes away or so we'll just use that as a base and
yeah, go in for the day and
have a look.
Yeah, if it takes 2 days, well, we might have to do 2 days, but we're not usually the type to do 2 days. We sort of
pack up and leave.
But anyway, we'll see what happens. It might be really interesting. So
yeah.
But yeah, so time to get back on the road.
We forgot to mention that there is a caravan park near Carnarvon Gorge, but being the school holidays, it was fully booked out. So that meant that we did have to camp at the free camp, which was 45 minutes away, but we preferred it. We're on our own and it was so quiet.
Yeah, we got to camp at about 1:30 or so this afternoon. It's about 40 k's from the national park itself. And yeah, we just thought that we'd come in, do a little short walk, have a little look around and sort of figure out how we're gonna attack seeing or trying to see everything. And yeah, we've decided that we're gonna do it all tomorrow.
All in one day.
All in one day, which is very, very like us.
We're gonna pack tonight. We've got some wraps we're gonna make. We're gonna take extra water.
Just plenty of food, plenty of water. And yeah, hopefully we get it all done and you don't see us on the news.
So it's the next day and we arrived nice and early to Carnarvon Gorge, and what a greeting we got from the locals.
So we started the walk, got away pretty early this morning, and as we were driving in we could see lots and lots of cloud cover over the national park, and it's actually really cool this morning, but we have been told that it'll get up to about 30 degrees later on today, so pack plenty of water, plenty of food, and yeah, let's get into it.
Made it to Big Bend.
This is the end of the walk up Carnarvon Gorge. Took us 2 hours. We did like just a smidgen over 10 k's. We didn't stop on the way in. What we're going to do is walk all the way to the end and then walk back out and stop at all the different sites that there are to see. Just with it being quite a long one, we thought better off knowing how far and how tired you are and then stopping in, and you know,
Skip some things.
You can skip some things if you have to, just so you're not, pushing yourself. But it's pretty steady going. 10k sounds like a long way, and it is, but it's not. There's not much gradient, and it's all fairly flat.
I think the hardest thing was the stones.
Yeah, just where you
Crossing
cross
the
the river. The river runs like all the year round, and you obviously have to cut through it a couple of different places. And yeah, no, it's beautiful here. Just surrounded like a big amphitheatre, I guess. Just massive rock walls, and it's so quiet and peaceful. Obviously there's other people walking around and you bump into them, but yeah, no, it's really nice. All sorts of wildlife as well. Seen wallabies and various birds, kingfishers, and lizards. And no snakes yet, but fingers crossed.
There is a stack to see here with one main track and then little offshoot trails with rock art, moss gardens, cliffs, narrow-sided gorges, natural amphitheatres, plant life, birds, creeks and everything else in between. We decided to walk all the way to the end of the main track and then on the way back venture out to the offshoots. We couldn't rush this walk because there was honestly just so much to see, so much to take in, and you just wanted to stay in every spot for just that little bit longer. The quality and clarity of the Aboriginal rock art was one of the best we've ever seen. You just feel so tiny walking through these gorges. The scale of the sandstone and the cliff faces are breathtaking. We thoroughly enjoyed seeing all the waterfalls, venturing up into the amphitheatre, witnessing the giant ferns, and also looking at the moss garden, even though we did get eaten alive by midges and mosquitoes. You can camp in the national park, however it was fully booked when we went as there was only one open at the time. If we were to go back to Carnarvon Gorge, we would probably do one night in a close accommodation and we'd spend 2 days discovering the gorge. We did do about 30 kilometres worth of hiking, so it was a big day. But if you like hiking, you're up for a challenge, I would highly recommend doing it all in one day. We also recommend taking lots of water, lots of snacks, because the last thing you want to do is to be hangry and still 2 kilometres from home. So just a quick one, we are in the amphitheatre.
Still on the walk.
It is stunning.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's a sign that tells you how it was formed and even when they explain it and then you see it, you just can't understand how something like this is formed naturally, but it does. So
It's so tall.
yeah, it's just incredible.
Yeah.
So we've just done the last of the sort of sightseeing spots off the main part of the walk, and we're not filming it on the normal camera because we can't be bothered to change over the lenses again, and we just want to get back to the car, I think.
32.6 k's.
2.6 k's, yeah, left to go. Feet are starting to sort of ache a little bit.
It's been worth it.
Oh, definitely worth it. It's an unbelievable place.
We highly recommend doing it all in one day.
You do highly recommend?
Yeah, because if you're staying here, it'd probably be better to do it in 2 lots, but it's like one big main track and then it forks off to all different ones. So I don't know, I suppose if you're feeling up to it, you go all the way to the end and then you can do the furthest ones first, and then if you want to do it on a second day, you can do the closer ones. But
probably just take a bit more time and
in
looking as well. But no, we've only got one day here, so we're doing it all in one day. But according to our watch, and we've still got a bit to go. We've done almost 27 k's, so it claims that from start to finish and doing all of the offshoots, that it was 23 k's, I think.
22,
so,
I think.
22, so I'm not entirely sure who's got their numbers mixed up, but I'd like to think that my watch was on the money. But anyway, even if it isn't, I'm going to take it as 27 because it sounds better. So.
Then we'll round it up to 30.
Yeah, round it up to 30 when we start telling people the story. But no, we're about 2 k's from the car, and then looking forward to getting out of these shoes and just putting my thongs back on, I think. So. What are the odds, Taylor, that you won't take those shoes off until I say so?
1 out of 6.
1 out of 6?
Feeling adventurous.
You won't be feeling adventurous if I get it. Alright, so we're going to go like this.
Okay. 1, 2, 3.
And then,
okay.
Right.
I'll say it. 1, 2, 3.
2. Oh! Oh dear. Oh dear, oh dear. That's why you never play What Are the Odds. Don't get your feet wet.
Moss Garden, Amphitheatre, Wards Canyon, Art Gallery and Cathedral Cave. Approximately 22 k's.
There and back.
So there and back. We went all the way to Big Ben. And that's episode 12, guys. Next we head back to the coast. We head further south to 1770. We actually take a quick trip home for a week and then we'll see you on Fraser Island.